Hey, what's up there, YouTube? Section 333 is on. Let me get us positioned appropriately first. All right, there we go. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done one of these. How's everybody doing? All right. One of those. What are we smoking here? This is the 2018 St. Nicholas pipe. No, I take that back. I think this is this year's St. Nicholas pipe. So I want to say 2024 St. Nicholas Savinelli in 320. So they've done a green stem, a white stem, a red stem, and a blue stem. The last 3 years, I believe, have been some of my favorites. That white stem was actually gorgeous. It was very similar to this with the different colorations. Not even colorations, just like it's infused with different materials so that it looks kind of like a marble. You used to look at or a swirl going on in there. They did that in the white one. They did that in the blue stem and the red stem, and now in this gold stem. Hopefully they'll do a green stem similar to this if you're watching Savinelli. The green stem that you did was like a plastic or acrylic. It was very nice, but it was acrylic and red. But I think a green stem with this type of effect would really go over well. Similar to the Oceano that I had. So I am smoking in it. This is just nothing fancy, Mississippi River. I had a big tin of it. I'm almost down to like this much of it. Haven't been smoking much pipe lately. Been doing a few more cigars from time to time as I've been trying to get together with my friends. The reason I have not been making videos over the last few years is that I think I might have mentioned this once before. My mother moved in with us about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. It was during the summer of 2020. So around this time too, so figure about 5 years ago. Actually, closer to 5 years. It would have been 5 years, like July 28th or 29th, something like that. So she moved in with us. She was severe dementia and Alzheimer's. She had Paget's disease, which is like an arthritis. So she was kind of wheelchair bound. We had to get her out of the bed every day into the chair, get her cleaned up, stuff like that. It was a lot of physical work. On the weekends for me, I would take care of her. Then during the week, I had an aide that cared for her, but you know, the aide has to have days off. And so while it was work, it was also, like I said, physical. And then, you know, there was financial taxation as well, in many respects, because the aides didn't work for free, and she didn't qualify for any of the aid programs that were out there. So, unfortunately, this past May, in the middle of May, my mother passed away. So with mom passing, I've been busy, but you know, I would make the videos on the weekends. I'm kind of rambling. But yeah, I would make these videos on the weekends before. So that time that I would spend making a video or something, I was spending that time taking care of my mother at that point. Because that's where I felt my responsibilities lied. So since mom has passed, and we're going on 2 months now, I figured I'll get back out there, make some more videos, trying to get a lot of other things finished and complete as well. I did put a lot of things on hold in the 4 years that I was taking care of mom. And there were some good things as well. I think in the last video I made, I mentioned how my oldest daughter had eloped, and then they're living in Japan right now because of their jobs. She did get a job right before they left for Japan, so they actually didn't need to elope. That was the whole reason they eloped. You couldn't bring your fiance or girlfriend. You could bring your wife, your mother. You could bring your father. Any immediate family member. You could bring, but you could not bring your girlfriend or fiance. They had to be your wife. So they got married. Worked out well for them. They have a child now, so I'm a grandfather. She is about 8 months old now, 9 months old. And after that, our youngest daughter got married, and she has a child. They've been married for 2 years now, and they have a child who is 2 months old. So the two kids are about 6 months apart. The two granddaughters, also daughter. So I have two granddaughters, and then about 2 years ago. So yeah, the youngest got married about 2 years ago, and they got married in March. In October of that same year, which I guess was 2023, the middle daughter got married. So all three daughters got married in the same year. It was kind of cool. It was very cool. It wasn't kind of cool. It was cool. And so they got married, and they're not expecting yet, but they're working on it. So hopefully we'll have some grandchildren from all three daughters. Now, the two other daughters are local. They're both in Brooklyn, which is great. We will be getting on. I have seen my oldest granddaughter as they made a trip here and brought her with them. And so I have seen her and held her. And she's beautiful. And so that was like one of the good things that happened over the since we've spoken last, I would say. And I told you, unfortunately, my middle daughter's mother-in-law passed away a few months before their wedding, which is kind of tragic. No, it is tragic. The same thing actually happened to my wife and I when we got married. My father-in-law passed away about a month before our wedding, and so it's always been tough. Now, my middle daughter did get married on her mother-in-law's birthday, though. So, it's like a way to honor her, but it's also a constant memory. Not that anything should be forgotten about a person, but it makes the day more bittersweet, I feel. But they're getting along great. They're doing fantastic. So that's something for me to be happy about. On the other downside, back in December of last year, 2024, my dog passed away as well. We had to put the dog down, unfortunately. she had developed a lymphoma in her bowel. That is a cardinal, by the way, I have found. We have a family of cardinals that makes their way back every year to this yard. So I even have one of their feathers that I collected. So I digress. Wow, the yard looks beautiful. Hydrangeas and the hostas and the pink roses are everything's blooming beautifully. Yeah, and make sure I water heavily. Yeah, I had to put the dog down. She developed the lymphoma in the bowel, stopped eating and things like that. And when she would eat, she'd either vomit right away or straight to diarrhea. She lost, she was a 15-pound dog, and she lost half her body weight in like 2 weeks. It was very sad. I was very upset. You can only imagine. Anyone who's had a dog, we had her for 13, 14 years. And it was the first small dog I ever owned. I always had Belgian Malinois growing up. My father was obsessed with them, so I guess I became obsessed with them. Even when I got older, I had a Malinois. And now they're going to oh, actually that's not them. That's my generator running its test. Once a week, the generator runs a test on itself to make sure that it's still running. And it reports, it's funny, it actually reports to there's a transmitter in there. It actually reports to the company that installed it to make sure that it's running well. So, and I just found out that I can get a copy of that report. And what man doesn't like a copy of a report, right? So it gets sent to me now too. So I will try to talk over the generator. I hope that I am loud enough. Oh. I forgot how much I really enjoyed Mississippi River. You know, with the now defunct Frog Morton blends and McClellan blends, something had to pick up the slack. I find the closest to it has been the Mississippi River. Like my favorite blend to this day is Frog Morton Cellar. I think that is the best tobacco ever. And I have several tins of it still, but I think I have like 12 or 15 tins, because when I heard they were going out of business, I stocked up. I bought it from everybody who would sell it to me. I think I even got a few tins from Log Dog Piper. So I will be posting more videos now, that you can be assured of. I do miss my mother tremendously. She was, you know, my father died when I was about 15 years old. So, you know, my mother really made sure that my uncles were there for me. I had friends who had really good dads, and she made sure that I could be a part, that I had positive male influences in my life. I know that society is often trying to push fathers away from children today, and away and out of the lives. The whole, oh, I don't need a man thing. The truth is you need both of your parents. And it's not about not needing a man. It's not about not needing a woman. Yeah, anyone can physically do the things that another person can do, but men and women do have different perspectives on life and different ways to influence. I've always felt that a young man will look at his father and how his father treats his mother. God, all the noises happening at once today. But I think a young man will look at how a father treats his mother, and that will be how he will respect and treat women going forward. So that is a crucial importance, so that he learns the right way to respect and treat a wife one day. And young girls, it's just as important, because if they see a father who treats their mother good and is respectful to the mother, then the young girl will know what to select in a mate when they go to any prospective man that they bring into their life. They'll know what is an acceptable mate and how they should act. And if they don't act that way, they know that, no, this is not normal. They will leave. So to me, that's an important distinction for a woman to be able to make, and it's an important distinction for a young man to be able to make. So it's it's kind of the same. You'll know how a wife, they'll know how a wife is supposed to treat a husband, and vice versa. It's important. So yes, both parents are important, and not just for that. Like I said, they bring different perspectives to life too. Men and women, there are differences. Everybody likes to say, "Oh no, there's no difference." Yeah, there's differences. All right, I'm not saying they're profound differences, but there are differences, and there are differences that are important enough to address on a grander scale. This is so good. It's funny because my neighbor next door also has the same generator from the same company. Also goes on at the same time as mine. So, yeah, that's what's been going on. So, I've had some bad things happen over the last couple of years. I've had some good things happen. It does not make me special. I believe everyone goes through these things in life. It's life is always, everybody's always ready to win. It's what happens when adversity strikes that defines your character. So that being said, though, I've obtained a few new pipes. Nothing like dropping or anything like that. Nothing awe-inspiring. This is I have to put eyes on. Hang on. This is a Baracine Fino Russo. So, not an expensive pipe. The bees it's not even that old, and the bee is already worn off. There's a little gold filigree here, and that's kind of worn off already in a couple of weeks. So this pipe is a Baracini or Baracini. I believe it's Chini because it's 2 C's. It's a Fino Russo. It's actually a very pretty pipe, very pretty stem. Nice looking pipe, right? Author shape. Then I got another Baracini. This is the Onda Marrone. So this one is orange stem. I do like the color orange. It's not one of my favorite colors. It might be in the top 5, top 3. All right, top 3. The bee is still on this one, as you can see. Definitely has a sandblasted look to it, rusticated. It's actually a nice little pipe. This is shaped like a 320. I do believe, and don't quote me on this because I have not researched it, maybe I just won't say it, but I do believe there is some connection with Savinelli and Baracchini now. So maybe somebody can research that for me. And then I picked up this one. Is a Big Ben classic. It's the 472, made in Holland. See, it's the Bulldog, and it's got the classic diamond shaped shank to it. And as you see, it's got the little burl on the top. It is green. I did get it around St. Patrick's Day, not gonna lie. It's a beauty. It is not a St. Patrick's Day pipe either. It's just a green Bulldog pipe. So nothing super fancy. But it is Big Ben pipe. I believe I have like the Peepo by them. I got a Big Ben lighter as well, which I just dropped on the floor. Pardon me. Got the Big Ben lighter. Came with some tools. I don't generally like pipes with tools because this space here is all taken up by the tools, so that means there's less gas that can fit in the lighter. But I kind of wanted a knock around lighter. You know, I didn't want to always have to bring out the Petersons or the I got a I Am Corona. And I didn't want to always have to break those out every time I was looking to smoke a pipe. So I got something I could knock around a little bit. As I said last time, I did grow out the full beard. Oddly enough, the full beard is it's actually warm in the winter. I don't find myself running with a face cover as much. Like when I'm shoveling snow, things like that. It does keep you warm. But that means it's also hot as heck over the summer as well. Yes. Mississippi River. I've always felt it is a fantastic blend, really. But yes, really miss those McClellan blends. Still miss those McClellan blends. But yeah, I'll be making more videos. We're coming up on, what, 24, 25 minutes here. So we're going to be ending this pretty soon. You got things you want me to talk about, throw them at me. If you have suggestions for pipe ones I should try, please let me know. Like I said, kind of not watching much videos either, or YouTube or anything. But decided that, you know, I had some time off today, so I figured I'd make a quick video, say hello to you guys, and appreciate everybody checking in on my other videos. I noticed in some of the comments, post another video. So I'm doing that, and I really appreciate everybody who has. who does check out the videos and things like that. And I promise I will be doing regular content. You guys can hear the planes that fly over my yard every day. All right. Section 333 out. Thank you so much, YouTube.